Yeah. Sorry, guys. I've not recorded this. Oh, wow. Okay. It is well. All right. So this is very fundamental. Project delivery roles, you've got to be specific with what you are focusing on. You cannot just get into project delivery roles because they said get somebody. And I go on TikTok and I keep hearing people still talking about project management as though it is the same way it used to be. It's not the same anymore. The ones that are very good, they are taking the jobs that are already in the market. So if you're going as an entry-level person trying to get into these spaces, my advice is go straight for the top. Go for those roles that are needed in the space. So AI machine learning, data product managers, digital transformation with expertise in AI integration, and AI and machine learning or data-driven business analyst. Those are the roles that you can fundamentally, you have to go with more on the table if you're going to go into the project delivery roles. If you're going to go for PMO analyst and traditional waterfalls and whatnot, the market is changing. The market is changing. It's a fact, and you cannot do nothing about it. Sorry, sir, how can you migrate to the top if you don't go through entry level? Somebody asked me this question some days ago. You have to understand that because of artificial intelligence, nobody will entertain any excuse. You can sit down and do enough projects from the comfort of your own just so that you master the art of what you're doing before you meet anybody. So understand that the tool that we have in front of in our hands has changed the dimension for everybody. You can state, I've told you some roles you need to get guidance and all that stuff. But when it comes to the projects and stuff, you know, I don't want to digress here, but let me just show you guys something. You know, I did 2 classes today in the morning, but it's a very fundamental, it's a very simple thing. Give me an AI and machine learning project as a project manager, as a product manager, and draw up the entire requirements to deliver the project. Okay. And it's just telling me, it's giving me a project. It's telling me what I need, the fundamentals of what I need. All of it is here. I can study this, go on YouTube, go in a class, whatever it is, and fundamentally know this stuff. So to answer your question, how do I move from, you know, please mute yourself if you are coming in so that you don't distract the team. Please mute yourself for me. Right? How do I do this? The reality is today, artificial intelligence does not give you the excuse anymore because the competition is what it is. Right? So you can use it to create different portfolios, different things. You can use AI to basically do enough things. I don't know anything I cannot claim to want to study that I cannot study. It's all here. Mute yourself for me, please. When you join, just mute yourself. Right? Functional requirements, functional requirement documents. I can ask it more questions. You know, these are the back end, all the different technology stacks, and I can study this. I can use this as a portfolio. I can study this and understand it. I can tell it to teach me what this is and explain it to me in detail. So you don't have an excuse, right? It's a fundamental fact. Now, let me go back to my presentation. So we did project delivery roles. If you're a people person and you want to go into tech, the project delivery roles you should focus on is AI machine learning project management managers, data product managers, AI and data driven. Anything AI and data driven. You learn data analysis, you learn artificial intelligence, then you learn the fundamentals of that role, you're going to be fine. Okay? Now let's look at what Scrum Masters. Scrum Masters, they function in the agile world, particularly agile development of new software applications. They still are there. It's just they are very, very high. They're high demand, high supply. There's a lot of people that have trained to go into that space. What about the tech roles? Let's just look at the tech world on a general scale. Today, low demand, low supply. All right. Let's say high demand, high supply, for example. Just general software engineers, application developers. they are struggling to find work. It's a truth. There's not enough application now. The world is gradually moving to the AI world. We're looking for people that will reskill to focus their skill set in the artificial intelligence or machine learning elements. And so, software engineers, they are still needed in the market space. They're not going to change. We're not going to get rid of software engineers. We need them, right? But they need to reschool, pivot, change their skill sets, develop more skill sets, and then go into the high demand, low supply brackets as far as the software development landscape is concerned. Cloud engineers, go and talk to as many people as you want. They will tell you fundamentally that the cloud world has shifted. It's very saturated. Data analyst, I have it here. Data analyst is still needed. It is still high supplied. It's still high demanded. However, you are dealing with a competition. Please mute yourself for me. Mute yourself for me. Don't distract us. All right. Full stack developers, IT support, front-end developers, cybersecurity specialists. These are all high demand, high supply. But if you want to go into this space, then this is the area you need to focus on. AI machine learning engineers. Again, this really falls under the data jobs, right? Cloud security engineers, AI security specialists, data scientists, DevSecOps, AI governance specialists, ethical AI developers, AI product managers, AI integration specialists. This is where the focus and the attention of the world is. These people are still needed, but they are experiencing a bit of a shaky ground as the days and as the months go. The more developments we have in AI, the more they begin to sort of question whether or not their work is safe. It's a fact. It's a fact. If you do a research in the market, you would understand. What about some of us that have little of knowledge in IT but want to get something like data? Send us a message. We will be able to guide you. Okay? It's a fundamental fact. And you need to understand it. This is the general technology world. What is currently happening. Now, let me mention this part here. I did a video not long ago on TikTok, and I said that for the next 3 to 5 years, these roles are still going to be needed. Another 5 years, these roles are going to be redefined. Let me explain to you what is happening as far as AI is concerned. AI, automation, machine learning, all of these things, they are creating two main things. Number one is changing the way we work, and number two, increasing productivity. And that has a fundamental fact on what the world will recognize as the future of work. And you have to understand what that looks like. The future of work will be different. We're going to see productivity. There's going to be more businesses. There's going to be more opportunities. More and more people will create different things. However, there are specific tasks and jobs, which I'm going to show you in a second, that will change. It will change, and it's already begun to change. That's why I said data analysts, you mentioned, if I want to be a data analyst today, I personally, I'm a data analyst, but the way I think about it is that you have to become a strategic AI data analyst, somebody whose data analysis work is pivotal to the organization's decision making. If it doesn't have that direct impact on the organization decision making, and all it is that you're just doing data analysis and carrying out work for somewhere, they'll get rid of you in a matter of days. Your work, you have to move from the average data analysis, everybody, I know how to do SQL, Python, Power BI, whatever, to now having more critical thinking capabilities, strategic dynamics to what you're doing. Your data analysis work must have a dimension that affects strategy at the level where organizations cannot afford to get rid of you. If that's not the case, and you are just a data analyst because you understand the skills of Python, SQL, and Excel, and whatever, firstly, it's very competitive. And secondly, you are not valuable enough in the marketplace for anybody to pay attention to you. And the guarantee that you will be a data analyst for a very long time is not something that you should ignore. Okay? So if you're seeing here, I'll take a screenshot. This is the focus of the tech roles. Now, I want to focus on one or two things. Data analysis jobs, because I know people talk about it a lot. In data analysis, there is also high demand, low supplied data jobs, right? Now I've given you a bigger picture of the whole technology world. Now I'm taking individual jobs, and I'm saying in the individual jobs, there are jobs within those jobs that you must pay attention to. For data, AI-powered data scientist, AI-driven financial analyst, cybersecurity data analyst, AI augmented, healthcare data analyst, Internet of Things and Edge AI data analyst, AI ethics and governance analyst, NLP and text analytics specialist. This is where the direction of the world is going as far as data analysis is concerned. So if I was a data analyst and I've learned the fundamentals of Power BI, Excel, whatever it is, I need to now pick one or two of these areas and start specializing in those areas, taking the trends of the world and making sure that you have the competency and expertise in that area. But a general data analyst that can do whatever it is, I just need to use my I just need to use my Claude. You know, let me just show you. I have my Copilot here. If it will allow me to open, I have my Copilot, and I can I can just click on it on my Excel, on PowerPoint. Hey, create charts about the demand for data analysts in tech. Okay, what's the question? Business analyst. I actually thought it's a low demand, high supply, because everyone is on it now. Business analyst, if you're strategic, AI, and data driven, in other words, if you are both, you have data analysis and business analysis as expertise, you'll be fine for some time. Um, I want actual charts. All right, I can just go on Word. I'm not even going on ChatGPT. I'm going on Word and I'm telling it to do my analysis for me. All right, I can take this information and then if it is Excel, this is Word. If it's Excel, I just give you the instruction and everything will be fine. Okay. So I say all of that to tell you that within the tech world, there are roles that are high demand, high supply. Within the job itself, either data jobs, IT jobs, project delivery jobs, or computer science programming jobs, you need to have that categorization exercise done so that you know where the direction of the world is. Because the world is not going to be nice to you. It is what it is. We are all transitioning and we have to embrace the reality of it. What about IT jobs? AI-powered security analysts. If you're a normal security analyst, I went to one of these trade shows for cybersecurity person, and they were doing man versus machine, where the automation exercise, the AI exercise tool was working with a typical SOC analyst, and they were trying to sort of, investigate into the different alerts that they are getting on the systems and seeing who can resolve it faster. Everybody there realized that the machines were much faster, much more efficient than the human being that was busy trying to, do all kinds of things, right? So AI-powered security analyst, high demand, low supply. It's low supply, it means there's not enough people in that space, so go there. Cloud security engineers. The only way, if you want to get into cloud as an engineer, is to go for the security parts. Cyber threat intelligence analysts, AI security engineers, incident response specialists, AI augmented, zero trust, DevSecOps. Are these needed for the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years? High demand, high supply. They are still needed in the market space. They're still very much needed. Anything here, I will not waste my time on. Here, I have to embrace the fact that there's competition. Here, I have to accept the reality that there's opportunities in the market space for me. Cybersecurity, right? There are other things in cybersecurity that I want to talk about, which I'm not going to have the opportunity to talk about. Now, a word on the high demand, high supply roles, because I still teach people to transition into data analysis, to transition into some roles that are high demand. You see, if you want to do data analysis, don't just do general data analysis. Make sure it is AI and strategic data analysis. You cannot just do normal data analysis anymore. Don't listen to those that say you need to, don't use AI and just use your mind. Yes, use your mind, but make sure you are using AI, because somebody like me who has many things that I need to manage, I'll use AI and I'll get your job. Okay. Business analysis, it has to be strategic AI and data-driven business analyst. In other words, you don't just understand the fundamentals of requirement gathering, requirement analysis, requirement transformation, requirement presentation. You also know how to use data to back up what you're doing. So you are both a data analyst and a business analyst. And more importantly, your work is having direct strategic impact on the organization. How can you gain problem-solving skills in a real-world business? Since when learning these skills like data analysis, we focus more on tools. That's a very, very good question. Um, I was going to say, let's put it in AI and get the answer for you. I think this, right? And a lot of the times the problem is that you don't know what you don't know. This is really where the rubber meets the road. There are problems that you are not aware of fundamentally, that even if you search online and you see it, because it's not in your scope of knowings, you just really not know. So the way you will get problem solving skills in the real world business is, I'm sorry to say, is either you have a friend or a family member's business that you be able to go there, or a lot of these boot camps that are out there, those are the ones that provide you with practical work experience. And in as much as we don't like it, that is the only way. These are people that are practically doing it, and they can bring their own projects, they can bring their own experiences to guide you. Unless you have a mentor, a family member that is already in that industry that can share with you those things so that it can be in your scope of knowings, the kinds of problems, the kinds of thinking patterns, the kinds of experiences and settings that you'll be operating in. It doesn't matter if you watch a video on YouTube, it will just go over your head. Somebody must instruct you. I said it in my video on cybersecurity. I said, look, in learning your transitioning work, you need a teacher and an instructor. You need somebody that will give you theory and somebody that will tell you, do this and do that. Because that is the only way you can learn, right? So you gain it by joining some type of group exercise in some of these boot camps, etc., etc. You gain it by volunteering and going for some of these areas, volunteering exercise. And if possible, if you can have the opportunity, maybe some type of internship, whatever exercise that is out there. Or there are bounty hunter, cybersecurity, for example. There are so many platforms where they offer opportunities for people to, break into some type of systems, etc., etc. And then set up please mute yourself for us. Mute yourself for us. If you join us, mute yourself for us. Mute yourself. Okay. Glitch, mute yourself for us. Okay. If you join different platforms on social media and you join different communities, where we are now, we are having a discussion about some of these things. I have different groups that I teach on cybersecurity, on data analysis, on project management, and I show them real projects where things that I'm doing and some of the problems that I'm facing with what I'm doing, so that we can run through it individually. So those are the only ways. Somebody that is there that brings you into that environment, and then some freebies or some boot camps. And then also watch some interviews of people explaining their scenarios and context and things that they find themselves in. There's no easy answer for this. There are many ways to actually, go about getting this real life experience. But the point is that you have to try all the options, paid, unpaid, free, whatever it is, for you to be able to get it out there. Please mute yourself. I don't know who this is. I'm trying to mute him and he's not muting. Okay. All right, cool. Now, I'm giving you an example in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity will experience or has begun to experience some changes in specific roles or specific tasks. For example, tasks like, automated threat detection and response. AI will change that. AI is going to automate threat detection and response. And AI will also now create a new opportunity in that space by giving us the requirement or the need for AI-driven cybersecurity strategy development. What does that mean? Cybersecurity professionals that will study AI, that will understand AI, that can help organizations to be able to develop strategies that will help them, will ultimately be more needed in the market space. So the era of just learning cybersecurity as a pen tester, as a SOC analyst, of whatever it is, has changed. Shift your focus on where the seasons and the times of this world is going. Accept that some jobs, AI will take it over, and then some jobs, some opportunities will come into that space. Begin to interrogate those things. Begin to ask those questions so that you can adjust yourself and go towards those directions. It's very, very important. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I want to answer some questions today from you guys. I talked about data analysis and loss. Keep put in presentation mood. Kind. Okay. Sorry. All right. That's fine. All right. There are jobs humans will do better. There are jobs machines will do better. No matter whether it's data jobs, IT jobs, people jobs, or technical computer science jobs. Find out what those are. I've begun to share some of them with you. But here's the most fundamental thing that you need to understand. Artificial intelligence, machine learning is going to get rid of some jobs, and it is going to create new job opportunities. New job opportunities. The smartest thing for you and I to do is to begin to ask those questions about what is the direction or the trajectory of these new jobs and begin to develop those skill sets. Because that is very, very important. Very, very important. Agile project management. I've already talked about it. You need to focus on AI and data-driven project management, right? And when I say project management, I'm talking about both agile, waterfall, wagile, everything. You can't even go in and say I'm an agile person anymore. Nobody cares. We want to know that you understand agile, you understand waterfall, you understand a combination of them, and more importantly, you can bring data analysis to back up your work and use AI to build your PID documents, your project brief, your Gantt charts, all those things. It's a fact. All right. So machines will do certain jobs, humans will do certain jobs. What are those things? There are some tasks that are changing, some tasks that are also not changing. Now, I want to talk about something very important, which I wasn't able to put in my slide, and that is that recruitment has changed forever, right? Moving on, if you're applying for a job, you must spend more time building a portfolio, building the credibility, the portfolio element, projects. Spend more time building more projects so that you can engage in the conversation with whoever. Because every single recruiter that I speak to today will tell you that they are tired of what is it called? CVs that are built by AI. So the only way they can know if you know your job is whether or not you have projects that you have done yourself personally and you can speak from a place of experience. So as much as the job market is changing, the recruitment aspect is also fundamentally changing. And it's very important for you to understand that what about network engineering? There's definitely opportunity for network engineering with all the investments in data centers that is coming. But you have to realize that it's very specific to some areas. So unless you're in those spaces, you will have some problems. Please, I'm about to offer MTech data science and industrial. Is it good? Yes, data science is good. Go for it. But be very and understand the industry that you need to specialize in. DevOps. I want to go back to university for nursing. Does it make sense? Nursing. Send me a message. Okay. Preparing for the future. We're about to round off. You have to be flexible. The era of not learning any day, every day is gone. Every day you have to learn something new. You have to be flexible. You have to accept that some things that you're working on today is going to change. There are some roles that you are involved in today. It will not make any sense in 2 years, right? Constantly learning, getting more certifications. This year alone, I've gotten 3 certifications already in data analysis. In the next couple of months, my plan is to finish up my cybersecurity certifications. Then that's my goal. I keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Getting more experience, more certification, more knowledge, more understanding, more projects so that I will not be caught by surprise. This year alone. This is a new year, sir. Yes. I've done 2 or 3 already. Building more capabilities. Make up your mind you're going to become valuable. I didn't get here by chance. Some years ago, when I heard success is attracted by the person you become, I made up my mind I was going to be a valuable person. And I've invested time and money to building myself to a point where I can command a certain figure. In all the endeavors that I'm doing, I make sure that I provide value. Okay, so building capabilities. You are going to be rewarded in this world, not because you are a nice, kind, awful, whatever. The most important thing is, do you have the value to put on the table? That's the most important thing. And the value here is what is useful to the market space today. What is important to me now? The market needs specific people. Do you have those skill sets? Do you have that understanding? Do you have the business acumen? Do you have the contextual learning of that world or realm that you want to go into? More skills, more skills, more skills. I was working with a business partner of mine. One day I woke up in the morning, I said, bros, you stop doing this thing and go and do something else. Because we're getting to a point where people will only listen to experts. Nobody will listen to anybody that is average. Why? Because, I mean, whatever you are telling me, I can go and type it up on the air. So what makes you special for you to come and say anything? You have to be somebody that has vast experience and depth of understanding for people to take you serious, right? So more skills, become an expert in your field, get to know it. If it is 5 minutes, I tell people, even if it is 5 minutes a day that you just spend on cybersecurity on one video on YouTube and go to bed, your eyes starts closing, but you go to bed. Then the next day you do it again. After a period, it will all sink in. So become an expert in your field. Okay? Human skills. I've talked about this in most of my videos. Dress appropriately, look good, don't be caught dressing anyhow, talk well, put yourself together, communicate well. Between certification and building projects, especially in data science field, which is worth both. Don't listen to anybody that's telling you, don't go for certification, don't go, just focus on project. I don't do that. Get enough certifications, get enough projects. You can do both. Because the chair of competence, that you sit on, it is not built with just projects. It is built with projects, certifications, experience, skills, knowledge, techniques. All of them put together is what makes you a competent individual. So get those certifications as much as you can and build the experiences and the portfolio that you need. All right? So prepare for the future. I've done multiple videos, prepare for the future because the world is changing. Now, I have audiences from Africa and I need to talk to you directly. If you are in Africa, let me say this to you as a brother. I was born in Africa and then I came to this part of the world. My mother was born here. So I eventually had the opportunity to come like everybody, my twin brother and my sister and everybody. But let me say something to you. I'm a Christian. You need to understand that it is equally important to work hard, but it is also equally important to understand that you are in Africa. Very important what I'm saying to you. You see, If I say there are opportunities for project managers, I'm talking from Europe. I'm not talking from Kenya or from Nigeria or from Ghana. I know what I have here. The same opportunities are not necessarily in Africa. So hear me well. Okay? There are some roles that are growing in the world, but maybe it has not come to Africa yet as important. So understand your environment very well. Understand what is important in your environment. For some of you, all this tech project management thing may not be what is important. It could be whatever. I don't know what it is. Find out what is very important in your world today. Okay? Understand it. And then secondly, you see, I can take a CV today and put it out there and somebody will call me. In some parts of Africa, it is not there. The reality of being able to get a job, the white collar jobs are not many in Africa. And it is also built on who you know principle. Somebody called me and said they are not getting opportunities because there's not enough. What is it called? It is all about who you know. I said, well, then go and know the people. Okay. Part of your learning is to build the relationships that you need to be able to get the connections necessary for you to get into those spaces. So as you are building certifications, as you are building experiences, projects, portfolios, build the right relationships. Okay? Build the right relationships, especially if you're in Africa. It's very important. Very, very important. I need to let you know that because, when you hear us on these platforms, I am in Europe. I'm in London. In London. I can pick my bags here and go to America tomorrow morning. Okay? You are in a different context. Your context and hard work is what makes it successful. If you take my hard work principle and you apply it in the wrong environment, it's just sowing seeds in the wrong places. I hope that makes sense. All right. And then finally, any questions? At this point, you can unmute yourself so that I can take some questions. All right. Unmute yourself and then maybe come on video and let's ask some questions. Let me answer some questions. Those of you on TikTok, please share your questions. I'll answer questions from now. I have between now and maybe in the next 10 minutes, we can answer some questions. Any questions from you guys? Those here on Zoom, do you have any questions? Please let me know. Any questions? Or Motayo, go ahead. Any questions?
Good
Yes.
afternoon.
Good
Sorry,
afternoon.
I can't hold my camera right now.
That's fine.
So,
That's fine.
I just finished Agile Project Management course, and
Okay.
I have my certification. I have my PMP also. Though
Okay.
it's kind of difficult to navigate into the job market, like get a job. So I've been thinking, like you were talking about AI-driven project management or manager.
Yes. Yes.
How can I go about it? Like, what
Firstly, where are you based?
certification would you
Where are you
recommend?
based?
I'm in Canada.
You're in Canada. Okay.
Yes.
It's AI and data-driven project manager.
Okay.
So, look, can you find a job as an agile project manager? But by the way, I have PMP, I have Prince 2, I am a chartered project manager, so I know this thing very well. Can you find a job as an agile project manager with PMP? Yes. It's a high demand, high supply. Doesn't the demand is still there. All right. The demand is definitely still there. But the point is that it's very competitive. So if you are competing, everybody is selling their tomatoes as what's it called? $10. And everybody is struggling to get buyers. If you reduce yours to, if you can reduce yours to maybe $5, or you can sell tomatoes, pepper, and onions, all of it for $10. Is there a chance that you get more opportunities than the rest of them?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So add more skills, add data analysis to what you do, and then add AI. Talk to me, send me a message. I probably can help you with some things. You need to learn data analysis. Right? You need to learn data analysis. You need to be able to say on your CV that you're an AI and
Exactly.
data driven.
Like
Yes.
when I was checking some job description, I see like you have to have a background in computer science and data or business something. So I was like, am I still going
Yes.
to go for another certification? So I was confused. Not until I saw
No.
your post and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to you and ask this question.
Yeah. Send me a message. Let's have a conversation. You need to learn data analysis, but that's not what is really needed for you to get that space. It's just the fact that you need more on your arsenal so that you'll be able to now bring more to the table compared to the average person. All right.
Thank you very
Do you need
much.
more certifications? I don't think you need to waste time on certification. I think you need to have more experience and portfolios now, and you need to be guided correctly, and then learn a few more skills under your arsenal. But let me also mention something, right? You see, the project delivery roles, the reason why most people don't get jobs in the project delivery roles is not because they don't know PMP or they don't know how to do their job. It's common sense. Project management, business analysis, product management is common sense. The only problem is that they don't have the technical acumen. It is not that you need to know everything about AI, but can you speak that language? Right? It's like somebody that is a project manager for a construction company, but you don't know construction. You will always feel like something is missing, and everybody will know. Everybody will know that there's something missing in your project management capabilities, right? So, basing on the man's argument on computer science basis, I do study IT very skillful. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay. Does that make sense? Send me a message and I'll be happy to help you.
All right, thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody? Any more questions?
I have a question.
Yes, Stanley, go ahead.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Very loud and
I have
clear.
a question about I have a question about entry-level position, specifically on data analysis. You have talked
Yes.
that entry-level job market today does not recognize entry-level position. So how do we need to approach this job market? Because you have said that entry-level position does not get recognized.
There are still entry level roles, but let's say 5 years ago, entry level roles were 1,000 roles every week. Today, you have two of them every week, right? Number one,
Yeah.
because companies are gradually giving that job to their managers to do those roles. The jobs in them, they've given it to their managers. So there's not enough work for us to hire people. They can hire you on the basis of, in fact, I am part of the apprenticeship scheme. I bring people to come and do apprenticeship and stuff. So apprenticeships and what is it called? High impact growth, all these apprenticeship schemes, they are still very much there. I'm not on my computer, my other computers. I would have showed you. I am applying to bring in more apprentice into the scheme. Right. So those things are still very much available in most organizations because it's cheap labor. But there's the point I'm trying to communicate is that there's not a lot of them, number one. And so there's a lot more competition. Now, if you're a data analyst, I've said that if you're a data analyst, you need to become AI and strategic data analyst. And let me say, Stanley, look, hear me because
Yeah.
I'm talking to an intelligent young guy. Develop your mind to move away from that entry thing and start practicing to get better. Have you seen somebody that nobody they have not gone for any entry, whatever, but they just know how to drive cars because they practice every day. Have you seen that before?
Yeah.
So you have to get used to the idea that the world has moved away from averageness to everybody has to be at this level and accept that the price to pay is that you need to practice so much that it just becomes a natural part of you. And then you will not be even seeking any entry level roles anymore. If you find them, great. If you don't, you need to practice enough for it to become natural for you, and then you can get those roles. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Practice, practice, practice. Nobody gets better without practice. Every day, if you tell yourself, I'm going to practice, there are software engineers that just sit down and practice and practice and practice, and they get good at it over a period of time. Most of them go and work for the likes of Google and Facebook and whatever. It wasn't because they got entry level roles. They just became an expert at what they do. They understood this thing. They spent time on it. That's all it requires. Committed, consistent effort over a period of time till you get better. Once you're doing that, apply for some apprenticeships and entry level roles, and who knows, you can get something. But as you're doing that, become an expert. Gradually start building yourself.
Yeah, sure.
It means you have to expose yourself to different places. You have to talk to more people. You have to be friends with other people. You have a plan. You're going somewhere. So this has to be a consistent effort for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, talking about AI in data analysis. For me,
Yes.
I normally use ChatGPT on making recommendations on basically solving some certain problems, but I normally use ChatGPT to be specific to do
Yes.
some recommendation. How can you say about that?
I think it's very good. I think it's very good. I think you should start using ChatGPT to learn data science and all the various things that you need to. I don't I I have I work in cybersecurity, I work in data analysis, and I work in project delivery. I don't have the time to store anything like functions, and I don't have the energy. I'll just even the command on Linux. I'll go and ask it to tell me what it is and then come in and write it down. I don't have time. It's a tool for me to do the work. The most important thing is I know what I'm asking the tool to do, and I know the problems I'm trying to solve, and I know the thinkings in my head. There's somebody bringing me the whatever for me to put it there. That's I think you should invest your time in using ChatGPT very well and use it to basically build yourself. You know, gone are the days where I've heard so many data analysts and data engineers say, when I have the problem, I don't use Chat GPT. I want my mind to think about it. It's good. Your mind should think about it. But when you use Chat GPT to solve the problem, it does something to your brain. You learn the thing that you didn't know and it registers. That has now become a part of your brain. Your brain cell is now more intelligent. So use your brain for important things. I need to make money. I can't be spending my time trying to figure out. Okay.
That's it.
Do you understand?
I've been using it each and
Yes.
every time.
Do so. Do so. It's
Yeah,
necessary. I have civil
thank you
engineering
for
degree and teach myself how to code for civil web apps. Very good. Very good. Very good. Am I in the wrong field? You're not in the wrong field. Is that okay for you? Any more questions? Who else? Any more questions? Guys, you have me here. You're not asking any questions. Does that mean all your questions have been answered? TikTok, let's see. Um, Go ahead, ask your question. Sorry, my question didn't get here. Chibuke, project management, program management, portfolio management that you encouraged me to do earlier this year. Where does this fall? Data-driven, AI and data-driven project manager or program manager. You're fine. Chibuke, we've already had a conversation about it. Yep. So you're fine. AI and data-driven. AI and data-driven. Okay. I already have knowledge of cloud and DevSoft. I want to go back into nursing. Look, one job that is always going to be there, even if you have artificial intelligence, is nursing. But I know people in nursing, and unless you're ready to stand on your 2 feet for 12 hours and be doing long shifts, just accept the reality that nursing is not for everybody. If your heart is not for people, please don't go there. Uh, Basing on man's argument on computer science, I do study IT, but very skillful. Let's have a conversation. I'm not sure what you mean. Does it make sense to learn Python? I have maths and economics. Yes, I've learned Python myself. It's very good. Python is very necessary if you're going to go into the data jobs element. In fact, Python is also very good for computer science, but I think it's a very necessary skill. But don't learn it like the old ways of doing things. Learn the fundamentals, learn the basics, and then use artificial intelligence to now do some more major things. How can I transition into tech? Send a message to us and we will be able to help you. All right. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? We're coming to the end of it. I've got about 3 more minutes and then I'll have to close off. Any more questions? Jimmy, is it Jimmy that I know? Is it the Jimmy that I know? I tried to convince people to accept my inspection. Yeah. Okay. All
Yeah,
right, guys,
this is
have you
me,
learned
sir.
something? Is it the Jimmy that I know?
Yes, yes, yes. This is me.
Jimmy, how are you doing?
And thank you, sir. How are you?
Good, good, good. Good to hear from you. I thought you were sleeping by now.
No, 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 no. I'm still up.
Okay, good, good. We have more conversations. All right,
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
Um, all right. Any questions? Have you learned something? Let me know if this has been useful. Should we continue or should I stop doing things like this? This is to help you all. If you can let me know in the chat if it was useful, it was good. We can continue. I intend to grow that account, get more people, and then be able to help as many as possible with these kinds of information. So if you found it useful, let me know, please. Put something in the chat. If I wasted your time as well, tell me as well so that I know that I don't have to waste your time anymore. It's been so useful and informative. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're good one. You're welcome. So it's very and forever remain useful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good to hear this. Yeah. Yep. 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 Okay. That's fine. All right. Thank you very much, guys. All the best. I wish you all the best and continue to, journey on this journey. We are all trying to make sense of it. That page is officially open. I'll be posting things. It's WhatsApp, so I don't really want to be posting on a daily basis. I think everybody, um, will need to. If you have information, share some things on there. Please follow the rules. Don't. This is not. It's not a platform for anything other than for tech and project delivery. All right, for tech and project delivery only. So don't be posting anything on that platform if it's not related to that. And we'll be continuing to do this. Maybe I need to define the time and availability. Maybe every okay, that's fine. All right, that's fine. And then we'll get some more things. I will be bringing in some people. I have plans to bring in some good friends of mine, maybe from Google, Twitter, TikTok, whoever that I can get my hands on, and then they can be able to help and guide you guys. So let's see. I have some good plans for all of you. All right, all the best, right? Thank you very much, guys, and I shall see you all soon. Is software engineering good? It depends on which area. It depends on which area. I use Django with my SQL. Is it industry standard? Yes, 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 it's fine. For web app, yeah, my SQL is fine. Okay, thank you very much, guys. All the best. Have a wonderful evening. I need to go now. Bye.